Welcome to the Gospel Road. We're going to look at Isaiah 8 today. It says, "Then the Lord said to me, take a large tablet and write on it in common characters belonging to Marshal-Hashbaz." I might have said that right. Wrong. I'm not sure. "And I will get reliable witnesses, Uriah the priest and Zechariah the son of Jeberakah, to attest for me. And I went to the prophetess, and she conceived and bore a son. Then the Lord said to me, call his name Marshal-Hashbaz. For before the boy knows how to cry, my father or my mother, the wealth of Damascus and the spoil of Samaria will be carried away before the king of Assyria. The Lord spoke to me again, because this people has refused the waters of Shiloh that flow greatly and rejoice over Rezin and the son of Remaliah. Therefore, behold, the Lord bringing up against the waters of the river, mighty and many, the king of Assyria and all his glory. And it will rise over all its channels and go over its banks, all its banks. And it will sweep on into Judah. It will overflow and pass on, reaching even the neck, and its outspread wings will fill the breadth of your land, O Emmanuel. Be broken, you peoples, and be shattered. Give ear as far as countries, all you far countries. Strap on your armor and be shattered. Strap on your armor and be shattered. Take counsel together. It will come to nothing, but it will come to nothing. Speak a word, but it will not stand, for God is with us. For the Lord spoke thus to me with his strong hand upon me, and warned me not to walk in the way of this people, saying, do not call conspiracy all that this people calls conspiracy, and do not fear what they fear, nor be in dread. But the Lord of the hosts, him you shall honor as holy. Let him be your fear, and let him be your dread. And he will become a sanctuary and a stone of offense, and a rock of stumbling to both houses of Israel, a trap and a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and many shall stumble on it. They shall fall and be broken. They shall be snared and taken. Bind up the testimony, seal the teaching among my disciples. I will wait for the Lord, who is hiding in his face from the house of Jacob, and I will hope in him. Behold, I and the children whom the Lord has given me are signs and portents in Israel, from the Lord of hosts, who dwells on Mount Zion. And when they say to you, inquire of the mediums and the necromancers who chirp and mutter, should not a people inquire of their God? Should they inquire of the dead on behalf of the living? To the teaching and to the testimony, if they will not speak according to his word, it is because they have no dawn. They will pass through the land greatly distressed and hungry. And when they are hungry, they will be enraged and will speak contemptuously against their king and their God, and turn their face upward. And they will look to the earth, but behold, distress and darkness, the gloom of anguish, and they will be thrust into thick darkness." Isaiah 8. Sorry, I might have stumbled a little bit on that this morning. Still waking up, I guess. Talking about the Assyrian invasion and then waiting on the Lord. Talking about needing God. Talking about putting the fear and dread on him. So leaning on him. He's there to help us through. He's there to help me through what it is that I need to do. It's kind of like that support system that I need as I'm making my way through life. Well, there's a real strong piece to that relationship. When you're looking at that support system through God, we still need that support system as we are doing things in life. We get that support system from our family. At least we hope we get that support system from the family. I know what it's like to not always have that or to never have that. Also having the support system as we're making our way through business and moving our way up through a company. But it's putting people around us that will help us do what needs to be done. I was going through a few things this morning, and something that I reshared, it reminded me, Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Something to that effect. And it's true. If you can come up with the idea, it's now bringing all that together to get it done. It's not easy. I know that because I have ideas all the time, and I'll admit I fail at that all the time because I don't always get my thoughts together and get my stuff together to get it done. I was talking to a guy the other day and mentioning about how I've written so many books, and he's asked if he's published them yet. And I said, no, I haven't. Either due to finances or just due to lack of faith in myself, fear, dread. Do I want to put them out there and then nobody's going to buy it and no one really cares? I don't know. And I've said it many times, I'm a person who's not the best at putting myself out there. I'm not. And yes, I've been in broadcast media for many years, which puts myself out there all the time. Completely freaks me out. I'll be honest. Not strong at that. But it's when we're coming together and putting that support system, who are we leaning on? Who are we able to go together to get, who are we aligning ourselves with? Who is that trusted community, that trusted board, those trusted advisors? As I always talk about, with leaning on God and believing in Him to help me get through those situations, it's that relationship that I have to base that relationship on how I create my relationships with others. It's how I'm able to look at them and go, okay, here's the plan. Are you in? Do I trust you enough to allow you to be part of it, to allow you in? There's been many times that we can get burnt on that because I've trusted many people to help me, and it's never happened. Which is another reason why I probably have not gotten a lot of things done. And then, of course, I find myself working all the time or doing this because I need to take care of myself. I need to take care of me because of things that I have done. Again, we have all made those wrong or poor decisions. And depending on what we have to do, we have the consequences to get those dealt with and taken care of. And I've been doing my best, and I have my highs and I have my lows, and I've had some lows for many years, riding on that high right now. And then again, I get that voice in the back of my head going, how long is this thing going to last? Got to work on that faith piece that it's going to be there. It's not going to go away. And if it does, something else is going to open up for me right away. Not that that's been the standard operating procedure. Yeah, I've been hearing SOP a lot at one of my jobs. Yeah, it's all that. And I'll admit it, I probably have used it a few times too. But that's just not what I've been conditioned for. It's not what I'm used to. And it just, that fear, it kind of comes in. But then again, we know that fear is there. We know we need to let that fear go. I got to let that fear go. But do I use that fear to hold me back, or do I use that fear to keep pushing forward? Do I basically take that fear and say, God, here, it's yours. I don't want it, but I can use that to motivate me to keep going forward? Do I find others to come with me to help me, kind of depress that and say, oh, look, I'm not sure how to do this, but I know you can. And can you help me here? Putting a team together. Even when we read through the scriptures and we talk about the invasions and the wars, and it's those armies that they're putting together. Again, they have to do this as an army. They have to do this as a community. They have to work together to overcome, to triumph, to win. Bringing us together to help each other and encourage one another to be the best that we can be. When you're bringing those people around you, you're helping them being the best that they can be to really take that step so they can succeed. When they succeed, you can succeed. Again, when you're succeeding, you're taking those with you. That shows your success. Steps at a time. That's all we can do sometimes. Hope and pray. Isaiah 8. Again, we're all in that different area in our lives. I know for me, very spiritual, love God. And again, that's why I share these things and kind of go through and read these and kind of, again, share with you what's on my mind about it. And how can we use that in our lives personally, professionally? How are we able to use that to succeed? Because there's a lot of great stories and allegories and things to go, I understand that. I can see where that can go, and I can actually apply that over here. There's a very strong principle in that I could use. But I know people are in different areas, and you need to read it. You need to see what it says for you, where you are in your life, so you can then apply that and move forward. Again, we don't have to believe the same. But we need to be there for one another, and we need to love each other, and we need to help each other be the best that we can be. Because this is how I believe. That's how I believe. It doesn't mean you need to believe the same way I do. I know I say that, and then people get mad at me. I'm sorry. We have a brain. We have a free will. We can make those decisions. We can think for ourselves. I was that guy, my way or the highway. I was the jerk, and I'm not that way anymore. I just want us to come together. I want us to be the best that we can be, to really turn things around in the world. And of course, as they say, to change the world, I have to change me. You have to change you. It's one person at a time. It's not that big chunk that you take. I hope that you enjoy when I share these. I hope that you're enjoying that. I know I get many likes and I get comments occasionally, and I even have some friends that will send me a text, or I run into them and they say, hey, you posted another one of those, and I appreciate that. Thank you. But again, Isaiah 8, read that. How does it apply in your life? How can you use that for you to be better, to help others be better, to be stronger? Thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Have a great day. God bless.